Good evening, Mr. Ashwin Ragav. I am Shahana, and it's very honor to have you with us today. So, your journey as being an ethical hacker and a cybersecurity researcher to a TEDx speaker and a CEO driving innovation is incredibly inspiring us. Tonight, we will explore not just your achievements, but also your vision, mindset, and the human side behind your success in the building in a digital secure world.
Thank you, Sam.
So, yes, thank you so much. So, shall I begin asking my questions?
Yeah, let's proceed on forward.
Okay. Okay, first, could you tell us about your bit of how you started your journey and about yourself? Let
Okay.
the seeing audience let you know
All
that.
right. So let me give a short introduction and like a kind of story that how I've started this journey as a typical cybersecurity researcher. Long back, I had this habit of watching a lot of Hollywood movies, and when I was watching
Okay.
such kind of movies in Hollywood, I felt a lot of. I encountered a lot of scenes where people break into systems, people hack computers, something like that. So at that point of time, I felt it as a kind of superpower, which normal humans can't, acquire it. So with that small kiddish mindset, I began exploring what is hacking, how hacking works, how computer works. So over this journey, I learned what exactly hacking is, what are the domains in hacking, what are the ways that we can use it. Like, it wasn't a short span of time. It took me years to achieve this kind of significant position, but it all started with that one small spark of curiosity. Then at one point of time, I felt like, okay, this is the time. Let us start a new venture, and through on, I've started Specular, and it's going on in that way.
That's great to hear from you. And can you share us some of the challenges you faced when you are starting your company?
So when I was starting initially, before Specular, I was having another entity that is called Astra Cybersec. But the problem is Astra Cybersec is we are a group of perfect tech guys, tech nerds. Typically we call tech nerds. The problem is our sales team is not that good. We don't have that prospectual sales team, and we not had that intense marketing part. We all focused on the tech core aspect, not on the marketing aspect. But later we realized that the marketing is also another pillar that is essential for any sort of business. So through on while proceeding on forward, we've empowered our team. We added more resources, especially specifically the human resources. Specifically, we trained our resources to specialize in sales because sales is what that makes a kind of business sustainable and also that makes the business run forward. So we worked on that. That is one of the biggest challenge, like building the perfect sales team, and that too for a domain in cybersecurity is really hard. There was one significant challenge that I faced. During my early days when I was exploring cybersecurity, I wanted to empower people. Typically, I wanted to share the insights that I had. But at that point of time, I was looking for opportunities as a speaker. I was looking. Basically, we have this small interest, right? When we teach, a group of people listen, and we feel like a kind of pleasant feel when we explain things, when we share knowledge. Because education is not a business; it is a kind of privilege that you give to people. So I was looking for opportunities. Rather the amount of opportunities that I got is like less compared to the rejection that I got. When I was applying for events as a guest speaker for webinars and events, during that point of time, I did not had that much good profile. So what happened was everybody would straight reject me if you don't reply me, if you typically ghost me. And it was the first opportunity that I got took me a lot of time. And from then, it was not easy from then, but still it was better than how it was earlier. And getting my first TED was also biggest challenge that I felt because it's been a dream for 4.5 years. Yeah, these are the biggest challenges that I can infer as of now.
Yes, Ashwin. You said your challenges in very nice way, and you also said how you overcome them. So when we are now, we will come to our your domain part, that is cybersecurity and ethical hacking. So in your course field, I have a question on that. In your course field, in your opinion, what are the most pressing cybersecurity threats that actually businesses are facing today?
uh, the biggest threat I would say is like there are a lot of threats that businesses face. Like depending upon their niche or depending upon the technological stacks that they use, the technological implementations that they have, it is varied. But typically, I would say for a country like India, we are growing. We are in the developing stage. A lot of countries are already developed. They have different protocols. But in India, we are developing in the DPDP Act. But in like if you look globally, in Saudi we have Triple C, in US we have ISO certifications, HIPAA, PDGMS. So we have a lot of concerns in terms of this governance part. But for a country like India, all the companies, the data is something that is crucial. Most of the companies they feel security as a luxury, not as a kind of adequate solution that we want. They feel it as a luxury and they don't invest on security. So what happens is ultimately data leaks, data breaches, data loss, which will again significantly affect the company's reputation, which will decrease the, if the company is a public limited company, if it is listed in IPO, the stock value will surge rapidly. So I feel, the biggest threat in terms of security is the mindset of treating security is not vital. Security is not important.
That's nice. And okay, then okay, say me as what how do you ensure? Because as an cybersecurity engineer, obviously you are more than that too. So how do you ensure that trust and ethics in the cybersecurity practices with your organization?
So you're asking me how do we ensure the ethics? Okay.
Yes,
First of
obviously.
all, let's say we do this VAPT, which is vulnerability assessment and penetration testing. When we do this, when we do it in a very cruel manner, obviously the system would not resist. So before doing it, like, so the major difference between ethical, though we call it ethical practice, and non-ethical practices, we do it with the permission, with the access of the specific government or the specific body that is involved in it. Let's say if an organization wants to do a pen test internally, they will give a letter, like we have that kind of SLA approvals between our organizations that we are permitted to do this. So only at a permissible cost we perform it. So if it is not legal, if it is not advised, or if it is not under legal terms, we don't do it. So we have our own set of rules and regulations that we have to follow. And like a typical country like India, we have a lot of practices for data protection. We have, like, even the data thing we have to store in India. So we have some regulations like that. So we comply with those regulations as well. So through that, we ensure the safety and security of the organization's data.
Okay. Okay, Ashwin, then you said how you were ensures these ethics and what from your organization. So, as as all of them, and we are watching as you as a growing entrepreneur in our age group actually. So, shifting to the growth and the impact of your life. What you will say that you have founded and led a successful startups like right now. So you started a company and you have a startup and you also CEO in another company too. So what is the personal philosophy that you drive as a decision making as a leader?
So my personal philosophy is like something strange. It might offend some people as well, but what I feel internally is, uh, for me, I don't just want to live as a kind of average human being who came, who lived, who passed away. I just wanted to create an impact that sets its mark for the next 100 or 200 years. And I also feel that if you love something, if you want something, if you need something, die for it. Like there is no limit. Like sky is the limit. These are some personal philosophies that I feel.
Yes, that's great. And you said in very beautiful words too. So, can you share us your experience in TEDx speaker? Moving on to that, questions about the communication and influence. You have been a TEDx speaker twice, right?
Yeah, twice.
Yes.
Wanna be thrice
What?
by next month, probably.
Okay. Okay. Nice. Okay. Then, what message were you most passionate about sharing with your audience?
The you know, if you have a diamond in your hand right now, will you just keep it or treat it as a stone and throw away, or use it wisely? What will you do? I have this question for you. Imagine having a really expensive diamond,
Yes.
Kohinoor diamond. Let's say you have a Kohinoor diamond in your
Mhm.
hand, and you still treat it as a stone and you throw away. Will you?
Obviously, no.
Then we all have our smartphones. We all have our
Mhm.
devices, and we are connected to internet. The amount of resources that we are having it, the access of resources that we are having it, is massive compared to the previous generations that we had. So if the previous generations are like people from past, scientists, researchers, whatever, a lot of people were there with the past, right? If with that limited resources they can create that huge impact, imagine you have millions of books in your phone. You're having like terabytes of data, petabytes of data. You have access to them. So imagine what things you could make. So it's massive. Like as I said earlier, sky is the limit. There, you are boundless. But are we actually utilizing the maximized potential? It is because of a lot of external influence. So my first TEDx talk was about mindfulness. So mindfulness is like, it's like not using it just for the sake of using it, but using it just using the devices just to make sure that it helps you, it supports you, not dominates you. That was my first talk about. But the interesting part about my first talk is it took me like 4.5 years to get it. I was applying, I was like clueless. I four and a- no, Before 4.5 years, I was I was interested to talk in TED because it is like a kind of branding that people have. It is something special because nobody can get into TED easily, and when you have TED, the way that people treat you is different. The way that people look at you is different because it is not an easy game. It's a kind of similar reason. Sand is available everywhere. That's why it is inexpensive, and gold is not available everywhere. That is why it is expensive. So it took me 4.5 years. I was trying a lot of rejections. Even you can see last week, few events I got rejections because like few events they decide speakers early. Few events miss out. It's like it is a different ocean. But when I was talking in my first TED, even though I had encountered a lot of events, I've delivered a lot of sessions, like more than 100 sessions, guest sessions, technical talks, conference talks, a lot of things. But still, I felt nervous in my heart. My heart was palpitating like it was the first time. The amount of anxiety that I had at my first TED was like, you know, a mother giving birth to his baby. It was like that scare. But it was it was a kind of amazing experience that I could never forget in my lifetime.
That sounds very what structured and more natural too. So, okay, thank you for sharing your ideas, Ashwin. So, with the trends, actually, I have a question with what? that always arises in me. So, what's the question is with your in your cybersecurity that part only? AI, there's artificial intelligence is growing really fast, right? And we are seeing day by day how our technology works in different manner. Actually, it grows in different way. So, in what ways do you think cybersecurity can help us to stay protected as AI become more powerful? Because it is more dangerous, right? In upcoming days, they can access all those things. Although it have some of what principles and responsibilities like in the AI. So, how can we stay protected from what more becoming more powerful? One side, it can be an advantage, but what are the ways that you suggest?
I'll give you a real time scenario before answering the question that you asked. Recently over the last 2 months, we have this Ghibli trend, the Ghibli trend and the traditional outfit trend. People started creating images out of Gemini, Nano Banana model, and they were like all the young generation people. They're like drastically posting
Yes,
it on their
obviously.
social media handles. Even most of your friends, maybe you could also do that. Like
Mm-mm.
even my friends and my mom was also trying that out. But how many of us do realize that the images that you give is not it is not just giving us
Get
output.
erased.
It is
Yes.
getting the model is getting trained. So in future, at some day, if a boy or a kind of guy is asking to generate an image of a criminal or whatever it is, there is a possibility of our face or something that resembles our face getting
Yes.
exposed there. So we're not aware about these kind of things. As you said earlier, AI is emerging. It is like it is not. We don't treat it as a kind of villain. We treat it as a kind of superpower because it broadens ways. We don't have a
Mm-mm.
job role that is called prompt engineer. We don't have a job role that is called as LLM engineer or LLM scientist or prompt reverse engineer or something like that. So it has created a kind of multiple pathways for different job opportunities. And these different job opportunities will shortly kill a lot of older jobs. No, it doesn't kill jobs that need human intervention, but it kills jobs that are boring. It kills jobs that are repetitive. So it kills the repetitive tasks easily. No,
Mm.
we don't need a kind of content writer now, right? We just go ChatGPT, just type what we want and get the output and just do it.
Output.
So
Yes.
the repetitive jobs are getting replaced by some new jobs. So in my
Mm.
domain, specifically in cybersecurity, I can strongly say that it takes still 10 more years for AI to replace cybersecurity engineers.
Mm.
So we can survive till 10 more years. But still we need the human intervention. It's not like AI completely takes the part, but
Yes, obviously meant. Yes.
the blend makes what the best output. Not just AI or not just human. The blend is important.
Yes, Ashwin. So, okay, before the closure, that's very truly inspiring perspective actually for your thoughts, Mr. Ashwin. So, thank you for sharing your valuable insights with us today. So, from your experiences in your ownership of your vision for the future cybersecurity, it has been a pleasure to hearing your thoughts and your perspective and your supernatural what challenges and what you face and how you overcome it. So, finally, what message or advice would you like to share with young students and professionals who are dreaming to become an impact or dreaming to make an impact in a technology or a cybersecurity?
Uh, what I would like to say is for the younger generation, I would like to say never settle for less.
Yes, obviously. Okay, Ashwin. So, thank you for your valuable thoughts. So, Shall I close the meeting now?
Yeah, it was great time talking to you, Sahana. The questions that you asked was like mind blowing, and it was like very precisely constructed, and it sounds like you did a kind of deeper research. It was amazing, the questions, and I would like to compliment you regarding that. And all the best for your future endeavors. Thank you. Great time talking to you. Nice to meet you as well.
Yes, nice to meet you too as well. Thank you.